This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Janelle Burrell. We continue to follow breaking news this morning of an NYPD officer shot and wounded in Brooklyn while trying to arrest a suspect. The suspected shooter is in custody, and the police commissioner just spoke about the case. Here's CBS2's Rena Roy with the latest.
The NYPD has shut down several busy streets in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn this morning, including Fulton Street here, as investigators work to figure out how an NYPD officer was shot at around 6:30 this morning. Not too long ago, we saw investigators discover a gun in a trash can nearby on Kingston Street, where the suspected shooter was caught and taken into custody. Sources say he is wounded, but he is expected to live. Meanwhile, investigators tell us the plainclothes officer was shot in the right thigh below his vest on Decatur Street near Fulton Street. Sources saying he was working with the warrant squad and trying to apprehend a suspect when he was struck. He was rushed to Kings County Hospital. We are told he is there in stable condition. Police Commissioner James O'Neill.
I got to tell you, he's a big guy. He's about 6'2", about 230, and he's more concerned about his two partners than he was about himself. He's with his family up there. He's with his wife. And he's in great spirits. He's absolutely great spirits. He's a real tough guy. I'm glad he's part of the NYPD. Does a great job each and every day.
In Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, Rena Roy, CBS2 News.
Commissioner says the officers were chasing the suspect for an outstanding warrant when the initial shots were fired. He also says Mayor de Blasio called the wounded officer in the hospital and spoke with him. Well, we've been dealing with some soggy weather so far today. Periods of heavy rain and flash flood watches are in effect for parts of the tri-state area. John Elliott now here with our forecast. John.
Yeah, in fact, we have some warnings that are going to be wrapping up soon, but that watch does continue. So, yeah, Janelle, it's been a busy morning. 77 right now in the city, but the dew point is 73, so the atmosphere is ready to support more storms. Here's what's going on right now. The 11 o'clock data coming in. You can see a little bit better coverage for Rockland, Westchester County. Those storms clearing Bridgeport and farther to the east. The heavy rain off to the south, that really was bringing all kinds of problems. I mean, Monmouth and Ocean, it was a mess this morning. Futurecast, the models still want to bring in another line. This may be a little overstated, but it gives you an idea of the process that's underway. It's a front, so that front pushes through. It starts to clear north and west. Now, I know half the studio crew wants to play golf this afternoon. Well, if they drive far enough, they can, but it's going to be harder to clear things out to the south. But by 5, 6 o'clock, I think, man, it starts to look good. It starts to feel good. Dew points start to drop. So it should be fine for the Mets. And young producer Mark said you could actually open the window. It's going to be better sleeping weather. It's going to be nice and cool. 80 tomorrow. Finally, relief. Sunny and pleasant Sunday. Another warm-up next week, but we'll enjoy this weekend. Just exercise caution through the middle part of the afternoon. We still have some storms to deal with, you know?
All right. Thanks very much, John. Looking forward to that. The man accused in the vicious beating and attempted rape of a woman on the Upper West Side is due in court today. Police say 32-year-old Desmond Smith threw a 37-year-old woman to the sidewalk, then punched and bit her as he began removing her clothing. It happened near 84th Street in Central Park West. Sources tell CBS2 she fought back, even biting him. Smith reportedly left after being confronted by a doorman. Investigation is underway in Brooklyn today after cell phone video emerges of a woman setting off fireworks and pointing them at people on a Brooklyn street. Police are now searching for that woman. CBS2's Allie Bauman reports from Crown Heights.
Fireworks shooting over people's heads and into a liquor store on Nostrand Avenue by St. John's Place. In cell phone video, you can see a woman appearing to aim a Roman candle at pedestrians scattering away. She turns the corner and keeps going.
Someone could definitely got hurt.
They could have been mutas walking by going home. And I could have got hit in the crossfire.
This happened Monday night, but Crown Heights residents tell us these illegal fireworks shows are common around the 4th of July.
I've lived here about 10 years, and it's pretty consistent year to year.
They do it every other day. You know, people have fun, and then, you know, they start having too much fun, and then everything get out of hand.
Sometimes in the middle of the intersection.
They would run out, light them, and run back, just while while traffic was still going. A few cars swerved. I think they got startled by it.
Police say there haven't been any reported injuries from this incident, but you can still find discarded firework boxes at nearly every corner in this neighborhood.
I'm sure we'll hear something for the next, 2 weeks, I imagine. They didn't get rid of all of them in one night.
The NYPD has been warning people against lighting illegal fireworks for weeks.
Fireworks are dangerous because they contain flash powder.
But when the Macy's display ended Wednesday, lawbreakers kept lighting their own throughout the 5 boroughs.
It's crazy, it's stupid, it's unnecessary.
Police tweeted these photos showing some of the hundreds of illegal fireworks confiscated this week.
If it happens one place and the police is there, somebody else pick it up and do it somewhere else.
Sources say investigators are still trying to identify this woman. She could face charges of reckless endangerment and unlawful possession of fireworks. From Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Allie Bauman, CBS2 News.
The U.S. begins collecting tariffs today on $34 billion in Chinese imports. President Trump announced he was following through with his tariff threat yesterday. China says it's retaliating immediately with tariffs on U.S. goods, including pork, corn, and soybeans. The cave rescue of a boys' soccer team in Thailand took a sad turn overnight after a former Thai Navy SEAL died while trying to bring the boys and their coach oxygen. And now those rescuers are worried time is working against them. Here's Laura Podesta.
A Thai rescuer died Thursday night from a lack of oxygen, the first death in the ongoing efforts to rescue the trapped soccer team. The 38-year-old was a former member of Thailand's Navy SEALs and was working as a volunteer. He passed out underwater after placing oxygen tanks along a potential exit route. We will not stop our mission. We won't let his life be in vain, the Thai SEAL commander said. The death underscores the dangers the rescuers are facing as they try to save the boys.
We try everything for the best way to help them.
Matt Fitzgerald is a diver with Australian forces in Thailand.
It was quite challenging, obviously. There's zero visibility, it's a confined space.
The 12 young soccer players and their coach have been trapped since June 23rd, when heavy rains flooded the caverns, blocking their exit. Crews have already pumped out more than 34 million gallons of water. And they're drilling through rocks to make room for more hoses. Portions of the potential escape route would require the boys to swim underwater with dive masks to breathe. But if crews can quickly lower the water level so the boys can keep their heads above water, Thai Navy SEALs would float them through the flooded passages until they reach dry land and can walk out of the cave. But more rain is on the way this weekend.
Some of the boys are said to be showing signs of weakness and malnutrition, prompting rescue crews to pump oxygen into the chamber where they are trapped, but their spirits appear to be high. The Navy SEALs say the young boys are asking about the outcome of World Cup games. Now to a commuter alert. Get ready for several PATH stations to close on weekends as an emergency braking system is added. The Port Authority says the World Trade Center and Exchange Place stations will close this weekend. Starting next weekend, Manhattan stations between Christopher Street and 33rd Street will close on weekends, and that will last through October, except for Labor Day weekend. Stations will close from midnight Friday until 5 a.m. Monday. Diverted passengers can get free Metro cards for buses as well as subways. The U.S. Postal Service will have to cough up $3.5 million over a Statue of Liberty mistake. This forever stamp appeared to show Lady Liberty, but it's actually a replica in Las Vegas. The sculptor sued USPS in 2011 for copyright infringement. His attorneys say the replica was more modern and more sultry, and this week a federal judge agreed. The Postal Service made $70 million in profit from the stamp before it was retired in 2014. Users of MoviePass pay a $10 fee to see as much as one movie per day in theaters, but the company says it will now charge more for films and screening times that are in high demand. The peak pricing means that seeing the latest blockbusters on Saturday night could cost users a few extra dollars to book. The company says for users' tickets and is apparently looking to make up for losses. That's your CBS 2 News update. We'll see you at CBS 2 News right here at noon.
What is going on the prices? Okay, look it. I know it's been busy. I know we had horrible thunderstorms this morning. The lightning show this morning was amazing, and there was flooding. I mean, it's a big headache. But you got to remember the flip side of this is here's our busy Friday weather-wise with the rain. Look at the real field numbers. It's a real delight. It felt like 106 on Tuesday. Boy, I tell you, tonight into Saturday, humidity is going to retreat. Going to be some great summer weather. But we have to deal with the energy of this front. Front pushing into an air mass that is just chock full of instability, moisture lift, and instability. Those are the three ingredients you need for thunderstorms. We were serving those up, and we're still clearing them out right now. But overnight tonight, you might even be able to open the window if it still will open. You know, I mean, it's been so long. Tomorrow, welcomed relief, nice and bright, and numbers will actually be a little bit below normal. So that means right around maybe upper 70s for some, right around 80. That's a real treat. And then it's another beauty on Sunday. Sunday, it's a little warmer, and that's the beginning of a turnaround. It does turn quite warm again next week. 85, still stormy, still wet. But watch out for localized flooding. Any additional rain in some areas that have already seen close to an inch could lead to more flooding. But the turnaround tonight should be good for the Mets. Should be fine for your Friday fun. It is a refreshing breeze. Windy conditions this afternoon. Again, that does make sense. That dry wind has to clean out the atmosphere. Super for your weekend warm-up next week.